America, every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
Turn on the timeline, giving the rhythm to expose the intricacies of things. Vibe, you and mine, white shit, but getting lit is a pastime. So in a minute, I'm gonna pass out. I hope you get it. If you didn't, you can crash mine. Kinda simple if you feel it, that's your last line. But it will confuse a bad mind. A damn shame. That's the exact thing. Don't get your ass fried. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Then the nigga fly. Hope you got an alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Devil missiles high. I can see him from the parking lot. You ain't finna fall out. Devils finna fall out. All out warfare, nightmares in the big house. Been murdering us for years and thinking shit won't gonna turn around. Pride never learns that this motherfucker burns down. Yeah, in the streets, holding the breach. All of you angels bring hope to this beast. You rule for time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my father, bring hope to this beast. Remember them times we hung on the trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them ships, they brought us fleets. Fuck the Apollo, bring them the heat. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
God is gonna destroy this empire, man. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You gotta put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is gonna bring judgment on this earth.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Payback in every breath, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. Now been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat, so I better bear witness. I'm back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. Behind me say I'll come for. No room for emotion. So I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to something. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no head. And I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, you tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing. Gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies. And they daddy far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about this shit I used to do in that 98 Navy, the 10 leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter. The lies are sweet, tried everything. I guess me and Johanna had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach off my little girls the day that they lie with a man. They better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time. This Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check. 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. Should call me 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. to the king. Until the righteous reign. Lord to the king. I walk that straight lane to break the chains. Lord to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm Lord to the king. Bring that hot flame, new bitch. Hey, Lord to the king. Until the righteous reign. Lord to the king. I walk that straight lane to break the chains. Lord to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm Lord to the king. Bring that hot flame, new bitch. Hey, Lord to the king. Any man give his life for your house shout to y'all Christ and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if that's the
always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. It's when I'm alone. While I ride trap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. While I ride trap on my chrome.
Nigga turn to E. Wanna duck police.
much time alone while I'm riding trap on my phone. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding trap on my chrome.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome. Trying to keep it on the true side, nigga. Laying low to play it cool now, nigga. Ass niggas on the team, I've been known to get the green ever since I was 2'5", nigga. Coop hanging out the boot, nah, nigga. Cause I ain't stunting on them. Put my whole team on so they ain't whoop. But niggas doing bad, you know that they be hating on you. Get the hoping that you fall, they be waiting on it. Bullshit, get bread from the envy. Best friend, get the looking like enemies. Where you got it in this bank account empty. Perfect recipe to print like a protein. Looking from a bird's eye view. Learn from everything I've been through. Some of it be good if you ain't spending life with the nigga. Never let him put a dick up in you. Cause if a nigga wrong, I'ma check that shit. And when you pick my up, fix that shit. Told my son when you getting money, never trick it to a pop. Flip it over, invest that shit. Give a lot of game, trying to bless my kids. Gotta keep it real, that's the best shit. Gotta hear this up and feel it back in Texas. When I get up on the track, yeah, I wreck shit.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding trap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding trap on my chrome.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome.
YouTube Music is a music app, and with Music Premium, you'll have the free over 80 million official songs with ads, so you can keep listening to your kids' favorite songs and ever and ever. Get YouTube Music Premium free.
Take a deep breath, realize I was suffocating from real liquor. I ain't even had to eat yet. Recognizing they don't recognize written never leave need a kick. Respect. Now I look at the world, they never. If I spend enough lunch fast.
According to God, the white man is the devil. You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim leadership, they like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is to have authority. But they don't really need that authority, they don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Everybody ain't with all that peace talk, everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, ass shit, stop it, ass shit. It's about to get serious. Boy, when they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, what the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. You cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the promise, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed the young for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world and double together. Know it's golden to get them. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world. And know boy, your ass need to stop and ask you. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all pray on our knees, nigga. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you. Oh, I'm gonna step up beside it for show. To the fake nigga, stay silent. I got it. Let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no losses. Ain't no talking, but we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't get it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got you, baby, the mother on high. Baby, pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets. That baby so belong to the Lord. I dare you abort it. Never will fit you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. The ass need to stop, the ass need the prophets. to lie to you every Sunday for 30 years. But that's what the church is for, lying. That's why it exists to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ass shit. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. I stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. I stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga.
All right, Shalom Israel. Y'all know what it is, who it is, where we at. We back. And y'all know I say that every week. You understand? As if the one and only home of the truth is going anywhere. All right. This is Sharpen the Sword Radio. I'm your host, Captain DeGalgabar, up under Commander General Yohana. And today we got a little different one going. We got the violence that's going on in the black community, but the celebrity edition. You know, we got a couple of celebs that we're going to turn around and go over some things that they are doing. You understand? They part of the black community. They are our people, you know, and we just are going to shed light on all of the wrong that we have been doing so that we can make it right and actually fix it and give the solution to the violence. And something else, excuse the camera, you know, I don't know why I turn around and I can make this thing work once and then it don't work again until it feel like working again, you know. So excuse the camera angle, it is what it is, you know what I mean. We're gonna rock it out. Give me 1 second, everybody. 1 second. All right, we're gonna get into it. Let me pull up this first article. It's about let me see, the sister Brittany Griner, right? And hold on. Okay, there you go. Y'all know about the sister Brittany Griner that turned around and got locked up over in what's that in I believe Russia, the UK, wherever the hell she at. You understand? Playing ball, took some weed with her, the vape, I believe. She got some that's regular, some that's, you know, the weed. Turned around and had the weed with her instead of the regular, just like the cigarette kind or whatever. And got arrested, got convicted for having them drugs over there. And they don't play that over there in their country. They're not like America. You understand? They don't want, you know, people to bring drugs so, to a degree. You understand? Because we do know these heathens, they sell drugs as well. They get high as well. You understand? But for the most part, a lot of them, they're against it. And this sister got caught and got convicted. I believe it was 7 years she got. And she was begging the court, she, don't ruin my career, don't ruin my life, don't ruin, you know, when in essence it's the drugs that's doing it. It's the sin, and that's what our people don't understand. And she's a lesbian too. You know, our sisters are not supposed to be lesbians at all, you know. But I'm going to read this one. And it says, lack of sunlight, no fresh air, as much as 50 to 60 to 70 pounds lost. A hostage expert describes what detainees like Brittany Griner face while behind bars in a foreign country. Good goddamn night. You understand? And let me explain something about those bars. You understand? Is that our people are not supposed to be behind a bar anywhere. You understand? We just don't belong there. You know? And this sister is there, you know, in Russia, right? WNBA star, you know, but a whole drug addict. Just got to have the drugs too, and Russia called on it. So this is what it says. It says, and I know that a lot of people probably thinking like, damn, why he bringing this out on violence in the black community? Drugs, you understand, equals violence. That is violent for anyone to sell or buy drugs in the black community. It is a violent thing. You understand? Because look at what comes out of it. I know weed heads don't like to think that it's nothing wrong with what they do, but y'all the step down from the damn crackheads. You know, weed head, crackhead, same damn thing. You know, there's no difference. Okay, well, both of you be out there geeking and sell your body for the weed. Like, I don't know where they forgot it, but sisters sell their body for the weed more than they do the damn crack. You know, and it's terrible because neither should be happening. Our sister, as a matter of fact, right here outside of our school, here in St. Louis on the corner of Delmore and Union, men sell their body too. Go up a little further. What is that? MLK, Martin Luther King, and Union. You know, you will see them. Page and Union. I see them when I leave here. I see them walking. And you have men that's on the stroll now, right along with the sisters. So that should not be. No black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman or man is supposed to be out doing anything strange for some change or a drug. All right? But it says, a hostage expert underscored the extreme trauma and challenges that detainees like WNBA superstar Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan potentially face when held behind bars in a foreign country for an extensive time period. They face the reality of poor nutrition, sometimes no access to fresh air or actual daylight. Amy Manson of Hostage US, an organization that offers various aids and resources to American hostages and their families, told Newsy. Now, this is, they worried about the nutrition for, you know, the celebrities, but what about the nutrition for just the regular inmates that get locked up every day? You know, and here it is. Now they so concerned about some fresh food, fresh veggies, and a damn diet, when the food that they serve is horrible in there. Man, the old Central, downtown St. Louis, they used to give you a honey bun, a sandwich. I believe, did it have cheese on? I can't remember if it had cheese on the sandwich or not, but they give you some bologna, some bread, and all the shit was hard as hell. You understand? and they most certainly was not worried about no nutrition, man. Boy, you suffer in there, you know. And that was about it. I think they give you a juice with that sometimes, you know. But, you know, that's crazy, because none of that food is healthy in there, you know. But let's keep going. It says, Manson added, some of our returnees face as much as 50 to 60 to 70 pounds lost. Now, them the ones that come back. You understand? That like them goddamn them 4 walls they laying in, and that's still turn around and come back. And it says, and then we're talking about muscle wastage, as well as the impact of their bodies of constant poor nutrition and consistent stress, according to the report. President Joe Biden and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met with Griner's wife, Sherelle, at the White House on Friday. Now, here it is. This woman got a whole woman going to go turn around and speak on her behalf. which is ridiculous and disgusting. You understand? And this is what our people are not supposed to be doing. They are not supposed to be lesbians. And this is in the Bible, and of course, you know we're going to read the scriptures. We're going to read the scriptures about it. All right? I'm going to read a little more. Let me see, because I got a statement from her wife as well. It says, I want to thank President Biden for today's meeting. It was an honor to speak with him directly about the Brittany we know and love, and to thank him for the administration's efforts to secure her release, Sherelle said in a statement per ESPN's TJ Quinn. I felt every minute of the grueling 7 months without her. I look forward to the day my wife is back home. Good goddamn night. That is disgusting. Okay. And that's something else that's violence. Oh my God. The LGBTQ, elemental P, X, Y, Z, and some more letters that they ain't made up yet. Community, OMG. They are extremely violent. You understand? They are extremely violent toward one another. That's all they do is turn around and fight for the majority of the time that they with each other and claim to be all about love. But then they beating the hell out of their partners. You understand? It's crazy. All right. Let me see. All right, we'll drop that when they get to the next one. I'm going to pull the scripture real quick, and then we're going to get to the next article. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, let me share this on the book. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second, everybody. Give me 1 second. Okay, come on with it. Come on. Uh-oh. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right. Let's see. One second. Let me share this thing here. Okay. Let's see. I think we got it. Make sure I got this share. All right, I think I got it now. That's cool. All right, get back to these articles. Jump down to the next one. Taking its time to load up. Okay, now here's another one. What was so sad about this next story is I remember when the brother first came out, right? And we were at damn, what is the name of that place? Was it Saints? I can't remember the skating rink here. It was somewhere. We were young, teenagers, big skating rink, party room. You understand all that, man. And this brother, when he came out, and his song hit, that first song of his, "Good Damn Night," it turned around and rocked the entire little say kid club, cause we sure thought we was at the club. You know what I'm saying? When this came out, when R. Kelly first came out, man. I mean, that cat, he turned around and I think it was Born into the 90s or something like that. Him and the public announcement. When that first came out, man, he was the man. And the dude made some good music. But then we turned around and found out that he had another side to him. You know, and that other side of his, good night, it was terrible. He found out he was molesting children. He ended up, I believe, I can't remember how old Aaliyah was, but he ended up supposedly had been in a sexual relationship with her when she was a minor. Then he ended up marrying her. Everybody remember when the video came out, him urinating on a little girl. And then I think he said it was his brother. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff. Uh-oh. The brother said no sound. We ain't got no sound? Oh. Okay, what about now, brother? Neo X, if you can hear me sit, damn, I didn't know the sound was out. Restream been tripping, man. I think that's why the camera, like I said, Salaki for the view of the camera, but I believe that's why that is. This thing here been giving us some issues the last couple of times. Okay, I think we on now. I see the balls. So I think we in there. Salaki, everybody. Like I said, I don't know what happened with the sound and why I was out, but I appreciate it. Sis Neo X, appreciate you. All right, so I think we got the sound on. But like I was saying, when R. Kelly at first came out, man, the dude was, you know, like I said, his songs was like damn near every song was a hit. You know, he was huge. He turned around and became, man, one of the greatest singers ever. You know what I'm saying? And writers. He wrote a lot of music for everybody. But like I said, we turned around and found out he had another side to him. You know? And this last time that before he got arrested, turned around and told, man, them little sisters telling those stories, man, it was terrible. To hear a lot of the things that supposedly had went down, you know, behind closed doors, behind the stage, and behind, you know, him riding in his travel bus and things like that. But man, it was some horrible things that he did with these kids, and I don't believe they lying. You know, the first thing that a lot of people like to say is whenever, especially when it's our people, when it's one of our children, we automatically doubt that the story that they are telling is true about a pervert molesting them or touching them or something like that. So many sisters I have counseled that have said that, I went told for what? You know, nothing happened. You know, mother told me, you know, hey, my man ain't did nothing to you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it was they was telling on, they did not believe the child, and that is terrible. And in most cases that happens. But here, this brother, he finally turned around and got caught. And I was just in a discussion with some brothers and sisters the other day about R. Kelly and what he just did and got convicted of. And in the argument, one of the brothers had said, man, you know what? I know he did what he did and he locked up, but Gee, man, hey, you sisters should thank R. Kelly. You should thank R. Kelly because of his music. That's when brothers started turning around and eating vagina. I was like, man, are you kidding me? Like, that's him singing them songs to little girls. That's nothing to be thankful about. Him molesting our little sisters, man. There's nothing to be thankful about, you know. And so, and that discussion turned, it got wild, you know. And to my surprise, you would have thought that the women would have sided with me. Some of the sisters jumped off the mic saying that it happened to them, you know, and this and that, but they seemed to not care at all. They was like, and like, get over it. You got molested. Oh, well, I did too. That's what a lot of them were saying. So that conversation really got heated. But this is the article we're going to read about him. It says, R. Kelly convicted on child pornography charges. It says, singer R. Kelly has been found guilty on multiple counts related to child pornography by a federal judge in Chicago. Now, this right here, this is extremely violent right here. You understand? This is violent as well, man. You know, no child should have their innocence taken from them. However long a child is going to be a child until they reach adulthood and they are ready for such a thing. That's when that's supposed to happen. When the child becomes an adult, and then they, you know, find someone that they like, and then they are ready to, you know, because having sex is a big responsibility. A lot of people do not believe it, you know, and most women don't believe it because of all of the men they slept with. They just don't want to come to terms and come to grips with what they've done. And then you got a lot of men that's just, you know, I don't think that they want to be responsible for the women. So they'd rather just sleep with them and just throw them away. And that's mostly, you know, people's problems why they argue against it. Because it's clearly in the Bible. It's clearly in the Bible that sex is marriage and marriage is forever. And that's how it should be. Your body should be more important to you than a ring. Hell, you going to the pawn shop to get the ring anyway. You understand? You going to the pawn shop to get the ring that's only $100, and then you turn around and put more weight on the ring than you do than that thing that you've been walking around with in between your legs your whole life. Now that means nothing to you. But a 10-cent piece of recycled paper, oh my God, you got to have that paper. You got to have that paperwork. And you got to have that ring. You got to have that pawn shop ring, that Lee's Pawn and Jewelry ring. You got to have that thing in order for it to be official, right? And like I said again, this is violence in the black community, man, molesting children. This is something that should never take place. And this is something that has to be corrected. It has to be addressed. Child molesters have to be shunned, man. We can't turn around. And I saw so many brothers and sisters claiming to be in the truth, but had, you know, like things on their little profile on their Facebook page talking about free R. Kelly, you know, and that right there. Black people got to stop being so goddamn ignorant and so evil. We turn around, every murderer in the hood, you turn around and want to say free your cousin, free big cuz, little cuz, little loke, big loke, left loke, right loke, and whoever the hell is out here committing whatever crime against our own people, and then here it is, you want them to turn around and get out less than 24 hours later. When they done killed everybody on the goddamn block except for you, and then now it's a free, you know, my big homie. When, guess what? Your big homie should not be murdering other big homies and little homies. You understand? Whichever. Okay? And then R. Kelly most certainly should not be molesting children. All right? It says the disgraced R&B star was acquitted on charges of conspiring to obstruct justice. He was already convicted of sex trafficking back in June, for which he faces 30 years in prison and still faces additional charges. You know, at one point he turned around and got mad because Bill Cosby was getting out and he felt he should have got out, you know. And not this time, not so far. You know, they don't look like they ready to come down off that 30. And then all of that whole situation was terrible. You understand? But I feel extremely bad for those girls, that had to endure such nastiness. No grown man is supposed to touch a child in any type of sexual or harmful way. We're supposed to protect the children, not turn around and, do things like what he's been accused of and found guilty of. So it says the charges he was convicted on carry a minimum of 10 years in prison. All right. And then it says the child pornography charges relate to a video Kelly made 20 years ago that allegedly showed him sexually abusing his then 14-year-old goddaughter. Jurors were shown 17 separate clips of the video in August, with a large black petition set up in the courtroom to hide the explicit videos from reporters. The girl depicted in the tape, now 37, using Jane as a cover name, testified in court, facing hours of cross-examination from R. Kelly's lawyers. Kelly, 55, was convicted of child pornography in 2002, but was acquitted in 2008 after Jane and her family denied it was her in the video. The victim only decided to recant this recently, telling the court, "I became exhausted living with these lies." And see, that's one thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration is how the child is going to turn around and respond to this. When they become an adult, she's still living and struggling with this as an adult. And now finally, 37 years old, she like, I'm tired of living with this. I'm just tired of this. You turn around and you molested her as a child. Of course, children don't know, their minds go everywhere, man. They turn around and most perpetrators, most sickos threaten them, threaten their, mother or their father, their close relative, tell them don't tell. You understand? I turned around and counseled I think this young sister was 12 at the time, and she was selling her body on the internet. And when she tried to tell her story to her mother and father and the rest of the family, they didn't believe her. The only somebody that did was me, right? And it hurt just even hearing the story, man. I'm like, how could an adult hear this story coming from this child, and then the first thing the adults say is, "Ain't nobody molested you. You just a little hoe." This is what a girl said that her family, her mother said to her, because she was, now of course now as a 12-year-old, well, she's older now, but I think then she was 12, so she's a little bit older. I can't remember how she is now. But as a 12-year-old, she's promiscuous for a reason. Most 12-year-olds don't just turn around and say, "You know what, I just want to sell ass." They want to be kids. They want to play whatever game they playing. They want to jump rope and be on their iPhones, because kids nowadays got iPhones, 12-year-olds. But they want to be on their phones. They want to, hang with their little friends, and you know how little girls do on the buses. They ride with their little girlfriends and talking and giggling and laughing. You understand? And just be kids. That's what they want to be. They don't want to turn around and be online, you understand, dealing with grown men. And so she had told me that one was able to get her, he threatened to kill himself if she didn't have sex with him. And I had to check with the family to see if he got caught. Probably didn't. You understand? But she said, and I said, "What did you do?" And she said, "Well, I didn't want him to kill himself." So what happened from there. And just hearing that, man, like I just can't see how, a mother would say what she said. You just a hoe. Ain't nobody did nothing to you. you know, and to hear her say what's going on in her mind, and to hear her get propositioned by an adult, and then turn around and, well, if you don't, I'm gonna kill myself, and no, don't kill yourself. Like, come on, man. Like, we definitely gotta fix that too. We gotta get perverts and sickos out of the black community from molesting our children, man. That little girl should not have to deal with what she's dealing with. Then where the abuse started at was, it started in class. She said she was molested by her teacher. 6 years, and when she told me, she said, I never wear dresses. I never wear anything. I just always wear pants, you know. And here I am, I'm listening to her. I'm listening to this child trying to protect herself. When that's the job of one of us, man. You understand? We are supposed to protect that little girl. She shouldn't have to think what to wear so nobody should touch her. We're supposed to do that. But, you know, she's trying to protect herself the best that she could by wearing pants. Just pants always, because she said, when she described the story, man, I damn near cried. Hearing that. Hearing what happened to her. And then here you go, because R. Kelly was famous, he was an artist, and all of this nonsense. You don't want to turn around and even look into it. Nobody really wanted to look into it because it was R. Kelly, because he was a celebrity. Damn that, man. You understand? Our daughters need to be safe. Our sons need to be safe from child molestation. I don't give a damn what your status is. I can care less because you're rich and famous, and an R&B singer, or a rapper, or an actor, or whatever it is you do. Our children should be safe. You understand? So, let me see. And it says, Jane began cooperating with law enforcement after the airing of the 2019 Lifetime documentary series, Surviving R. Kelly. That's terrible. That is terrible, man. But this is what this brother got, and we definitely going to turn around and see how much time he's going to get out of that 30. Because he got a minimum of 10, it said. So I want to see just how much time he's going to get. Yeah, let's pull the next article. Okay. All right, let's get to the next story. 1 second, everybody, it's coming. Uh-oh, I thought I had it. Hold on. All right. I know everybody know about this one. Here in St. Louis, this was a big deal because the restaurant, the owner, and the little TV series that was on Oprah, you understand? It turned around and really shocked the city, you know, once this came out. And this was about sweetie pies, you know. They turned around and had a good thing going, you know. I remember when we first went to her location that she had on West Florissant. I think that was her first one, if I'm not mistaken. The one she had on West Florissant in Ferguson was her first location. Okay, and we all had started going to that one. I've never been to the one in off of Manchester in the Grove, and I haven't been to the one that's on Grand, the upper crust. I hadn't been to either one of those locations. I hadn't been in a while. But the sister turned around and somehow Oprah got a hold to her or whatever and put on TV and they blew up from there, you know, and had a pretty good thing going on with the show. But somewhere down the line, some things went wrong. All right. And let me read. Okay, let me read this one. We got three on this topic that we're gonna read. All right. Okay, I think. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. I think I got the wrong. I did. I got the wrong article up. Okay, no sweat. We'll let me do it like this. Bear with me. Let me get this other one. Okay, here we go. I got it right here. He ain't gonna be around much longer. Chilling text message revealed in Sweetie Pie's murder for hire trial. In St. Louis, a man at the center of a murder for hire plot against his own nephew told a co-conspirator that his nephew ain't gonna be around much longer. In a text message in the months prior to the young man's killing, federal prosecutors said Wednesday. That's terrible, man. You know, I could wanna, you know, if my nephew had been accused of what this man was accused of, I could wanna kill him, but I just couldn't go through with it. You know, no amount of money is worth our brothers' lives, man. You know, if he had done what they accused him of, then, you know, that's one thing, but I still wouldn't have, you know, that's terrible, man. You know, it's rough out here in St. Louis, boy, the murder capital. Your own uncle will blow your brains out, you know, that's terrible. All right. It said prosecutors with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Missouri said James Timothy Tim Norman, a co-owner of Sweetie Pie's soul food restaurants in the St. Louis area, took out a $450,000 life insurance policy in 2015 on his nephew, Andre Montgomery Jr., with Norman named as the sole beneficiary. Norman is the son of Robbie Montgomery, who founded Sweetie Pies in 1996. The restaurant and Montgomery family were the subjects of a reality show produced by Oprah Winfrey's own network called Welcome to Sweetie Pies. Andre Montgomery Jr. was shot and killed in the 3900 block of Natural Bridge Road just after 8 p.m. on March 14, 2016. He was 21. Norman was one of 4 people indicted in the conspiracy. Travell Hill, the accused trigger man, was indicted in November 2020 on 1 count of murder for hire and 1 count of conspiracy to commit murder for hire. He pleaded guilty in June 20 or 22. And he'll be sentenced on September 20th. Tarika Ellis, an exotic dancer living in Memphis, Tennessee, was accused of setting up and tipping off was accused of setting Andre up and tipping off Norman and others about Andre's location prior to the murder. She pleaded guilty in July 2022 to 1 count of murder for hire conspiracy. I think I'm pronouncing this right. YL Yagnum, Norman's insurance agent, was indicted on August 2020 on 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. He pleaded guilty in July 2022. Both Ellis and Yagnum will be sentenced on October the 26th. Prosecutors called representatives from Mutual of Omaha, Royal Neighbors of America, Americo Life, and Foresters Financial to discuss the insurance applications made in Andre Montgomery's name. According to prosecutors, Norman conspired with Yagnum to fraudulently obtain the life insurance policy on Montgomery. In October 2015, the pair submitted 4 separate life insurance applications, each of them containing false information regarding Montgomery's income, net worth, medical history and employment, and family background to the aforementioned companies. Representatives from 3 of the companies said they canceled the application process due to incomplete paperwork or inability to obtain the necessary information to issue a policy. At least 2 of the steps testified, 2 of the reps testified that even if the applications were completed in full, they still wouldn't have issued a policy because Norman was not part of Andre Montgomery's immediate family and their relationship would not qualify for insurable interest. All right. And in the policy that was ultimately issued through Foresters, Norman obtained a $200,000 policy with a $200,000 accidental death rider that would pay out if Montgomery died of anything besides natural causes, and a $50,000 10-year term rider that would pay out if Montgomery died within a decade of the policy being approved. Okay, so this right here, it seemed that it was all about some money, right? It seemed like it was all about some money, and we're gonna go to the next one. Okay, we are going to go and get the next one. All right, and we're gonna see if the stripper know what she talking about. Let's see. We are going to see. Okay, here we go. Come on. Okay. Exotic dancer testifies in Sweetie Pie's murder for hire trial. St. Louis, a woman convicted in the Sweetie Pie's murder for hire conspiracy testified Thursday, along with several other witnesses. Tarika Ellis told the jury about what happened before the death of Andre Montgomery. Prosecutors with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Missouri said, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, this ain't the same. Oh, for sure, it's saying the same thing. Okay. All right. Let me skip down a little bit. It's kind of saying the same thing. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna skip down because it's kind of giving like the same little outline, almost saying the same little words. Shalom. All right, it says here that night Ellis recalled Norman saying, "Oh wait a minute, hold on, let me go up a little bit. Let me see if I'm missing something." Okay, here we go. Let me start. Here. Okay. In federal court Thursday, Ellis says she met with Norman at a hotel in the early morning hours of March 14, 2016. The exotic dancer was working at an East St. Louis strip club overnight. Ellis says she lived in the Memphis area but made frequent trips to St. Louis for weekend work, or more so like weekend twerk. Okay. She says she knew Norman since 2011 and he was a friend with benefits. So everybody know what that's all about. All right. That night, Ellis recalled Norman saying that his nephew had stolen money and jewelry from his mother's house and he wanted to get her belongings back. Norman then reportedly showed her a photo of his nephew, later identified as Montgomery. Ellis says she knew him and had exchanged phone numbers. Per Ellis's testimony, Norman then offered her $10,000 to help him find Montgomery. He gave her the money in a bag and the two left the hotel. According to Ellis's testimony, she started communicating with Montgomery before she left the hotel. According to Ellis's testimony, she started communicating with Montgomery before she left the hotel and was given a prepaid phone to further communicate with him. Ellis then switched to texting Montgomery on a prepaid phone purchased at a Walgreens and falsely told him her other one was broken as part of Norman's request. Ellis says she met Montgomery in the early afternoon at a La Quinta Inn. Montgomery informed her he was on a photo shoot, then asked her to buy him a new outfit, but had not offered any money. Ellis says she went to the Galleria to purchase some clothes and meet Montgomery again around 7 p.m. at an address in the 3900 block of Natural Bridge Road. She had also been in communication with Norman about the meetup. All right. So then it says prior to then, Norman also asked Ellis to stay in touch with a contact named Tim's Homeboy on the prepaid phone. Now all of this right here is just showing just how much black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people should just not be criminals, man. You're not good at it. Like, you a whole big dummy, big tall dummy too, to turn around and put in a burner phone Tim's Homeboy. Like you got to be stupid, extremely stupid, man, to turn around and put that in the phone that you talking about throwing away. So it won't turn around and have no evidence in it. Like, that's crazy. But, like I said, ultimately, our people just should not be criminals, man. You're just not good at it. You're not thinking this through. You trusting a whore. You trusting some other cat to pull the trigger. You got this old janky ass insurance man that don't know how to fill out the damn paperwork. So you understand? So guess what? You shouldn't be lying. Janky ass insurance agent can't even help you fill the paperwork out right, cause you're not supposed to be doing this, And everybody be wanting to try to look for a sign. Why you didn't take that sign when the damn paperwork would not go through, and say, you know what, maybe this is a sign we should not do it. You understand? Why didn't you take that as a sign? Your nephew would still be here, and you wouldn't be in prison, and Tarika and the other brother, Travell, you would be out on the streets if you wasn't such a damn sinner. All right? But then it says, let's see. All right. It says, prior to then, Norman also asked Ellis to stay in touch with a contact named Tim's Homeboy on the prepaid phone. That contact, formerly known as Travell Hill, and also convicted in the case, later traveled to the address after talking to Ellis and instructed Ellis to move via a text after Montgomery left her car after a brief conversation between the two. In that conversation, Ellis says there was no indication Hill had a gun or would harm Montgomery. Ellis says she sped off after Montgomery left the car. Within seconds, she heard gunshots and contacted Norman about the situation, who told her, "Don't worry about it, go home," over a call. Norman then informed Ellis to drive away from St. Louis, delete her Instagram account, and get rid of her burner phone, per her testimony. Later in March, Ellis was in contact with Norman and informed to stay out of St. Louis since she was wanted for questioning in Montgomery's death. Travell Hill, accused triggerman, offered testimony after Ellis. Hill was indicted in November 2020 on one count of murder for hire and one count of conspiracy to commit murder for hire. He pleaded guilty in June 2022, and he will be sentenced on September 20th. Hill, who claims he supported himself through drug deals, says he met with Norman and another acquaintance known as White Boy Chris before the night of the deadly shooting. After meeting with both, Hill says he went to purchase a gun and had been in contact with Ellis about her plans to meet Montgomery. Based on his testimony, Hill says he learned of Montgomery's location through Ellis and parked at a house nearby where she was parked. Montgomery entered Ellis's car outside of the given address to briefly meet her. When Montgomery got out of the car, Hill says he shot him, left the scene, and threw out the cell phone he just used. Hill claims he made the decision to shoot Montgomery alone and was not pressured by anyone else, including Norman. A witness in the plot, Daryl Howard, took the stand after Hill. Howard, who went by the nickname DJ Beats, said he met with Norman for about an hour on that day Montgomery had died. Norman instructed him to pick up $5,000 at a hotel, but did not specify a reason to pick it up. Howard had held money for Howard on prior occasions, though he had known why in previous situations, according to his testimony. Days after Montgomery was killed, Norman instructed Howard to give the money to his nephew, Travell Hill. After that exchange, Howard says he next met Norman in March 26 to analyze a music video Howard produced. Howard then offered condolences over Montgomery's death, though says Norman responded with forget him mindset. Howard claims before and after Montgomery's death that Norman never said anything about wanting to harm or kill Montgomery, and he initially didn't know Norman wanted to get back at Montgomery for stealing. Okay. Now we're going to read this part and then we're going to jump to the next article. It says FBI agents Daniel Root and James Applebaum later took the stand to read text messages as evidence of conversations involving Norman from 2014 to 2018 regarding the life insurance policy on Montgomery. In the 2014 exchange before Montgomery's death, a text message from informing him to act like you're Andre in order to get a life insurance policy approval. In a 2018 thread cited as evidence, Norman had also given Yael Yagnum, his personal insurance agent, approval to proceed with an insurance claim in which the company needed documentation that he was cleared in Montgomery's murder. During that conversation cited in court, Norman said he was not in California, not in STL at the time of Montgomery's death. Okay, So again, like I said, black people just should not be criminals, man. This is horrible. You know, all this is terrible. Yagnam, who has not testified, was indicted in August 2020 on one count of conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. He pleaded guilty in July 2022, and both Ellis and Yagnam will be sentenced on October 26th. In the policy that was ultimately issued through falsers, Norman obtained a $200,000 policy with a $200,000 accidental. Okay, let me skip that. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna read this one, then we're gonna jump to the last one. Robert Montgomery's home was burglarized in June 2015, and more than $200,000 in cash and other valuables was stolen from the residence. Norman pointed the finger at Andre months before his death, though testimony given in court reiterates he wanted to get back at Andre after the burglary. FBI agent Chris Faber, who testified Tuesday, said the FBI does not know who committed the burglary. However, he said county authorities had cleared Andre. Okay, so the brother turned around and I guess they questioned him, and it was actually said that I believe he had to come back from out of town. You understand? Because he had left town after this incident happened. The brother Andre was saying that he felt, threatened by, the family. He didn't really feel safe after that, so he left. The grandmother, Miss Robbie, was supposed to be calling him back, saying, "Hey, come on back, grandson," or whatever. And he was like, "Nah, I'm good." But then had to come back and give his, statement, or, be questioned by the authorities about the incident. He ended up getting cleared, whatever he, explained to him. They were saying, I get when he's saying that he was cleared, that is, we just didn't have enough evidence to convict him. So they like, well, as far as what we were given, we can't say that he actually did it. So, but we know that Norman had this in his head, Tim had it in his head that he actually did it, and he plotted this whole thing in order to get him back for what he had done. All right. And with the last article, because again, like I said, this is the celebrity edition, of these things that we read should not be taking place in the black community. It's violence. You understand? For a sister to be gay and be getting high, that's violence. You understand? That is violent. It's not just you want to get high out of your mind and eat up everything in the refrigerator. Okay? For R. Kelly to be molesting those children, man, that's violence. You understand? That is something that should never take place in the black community. Okay? And let's see, it says here, former reality TV star Tim Norman found guilty in murder for hire scheme of his own nephew. And they're gonna keep running that in the ground, boy, because you killed your own nephew. Like they're gonna wear that out. They are going to wear that out for however long they talk about it. All right, and I'm gonna read this little part, and then we're gonna shake. It says, on Friday, a federal jury found Tim Norman, 43, guilty in March 2016 death of Andre Montgomery, 21. Norman and his nephew star in Welcome to Sweetie Pie, a long-running show about a family-owned collection of soul food restaurants in the St. Louis area. Like, why couldn't he have just stuck to what he was good at? Which was the damn food, man. You know what I mean? You're not good at being a criminal, Tim. You wasn't good at it because you got caught. You understand? And guess what? We get caught. We got a God that's against us, man. We can't turn around and do like what the other nations people do when they make a movie about them murdering everybody and getting away with it. We do not get away with it. You understand? we just don't, and we can't. Okay. Let's see. Let me get back to this. Hold on, go pop up on this damn thing. Hold on. Okay. Come on. All right. Come on. During the trial, prosecutors argued that Norman was responsible for arranging a murder-for-hire plot when he hired two people to kill Montgomery on March 14, 2016. All right. Let me see. It's kind of going over the money thing again. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, Norman told jurors that he was a father figure to his nephew and helped him move to St. Louis about 18 months before he was killed. This is my brother's kid, so I tried my best to step in and be a father figure, Norman testified. I tried my best to show him right from wrong and tried to be a friend at the same time. Defense attorney Michael Leonard said Norman being responsible for Montgomery's murder was a made-up theory by prosecutors and that he and Norman were extremely surprised and disappointed in the outcome. He also described the testimony of Ellis and Hill against his client as extremely non-credible. Norman faces up to life in prison, and sentencing hearing is set for December 15th. All right, so that's the end of that. We're going to get a couple of scriptures real quick that'll go against these things that are happening in the black community. And if we were to follow this, then we wouldn't have all of these problems. We wouldn't have to worry about losing them brothers and them sisters. You understand? If the trigger man, right? The brother that turned around and said, well, I live off drugs. Say, I live off selling drugs. You know, if our people were taught to keep the laws versus, you know, doing what you have to do in order to survive, if we would simply just come together, we wouldn't have to do what we have to do. You know, the brother, he would be safe. You know, at least you wouldn't be in jail. At least you wouldn't be a criminal. At least you wouldn't be a sinner. You understand? To where you are living off drug deals. Then now this brother come with a little more money and you want to get this money. And so, you know, you take the money and murder the brother. You know, you only got 5,000, I believe. A normal hit is about 10 grand or something like that at least. And you got 5 grand and didn't get to spend it. You know what I mean? And I mean, come on, it wasn't even worth it. Then you was probably gonna get another 5 once it was done. You know, that's crazy. And in, let me see, in the scriptures, in Exodus 20 and verse 13, it says, thou shalt not kill, right? Thou shalt not murder is what it says in the Hebrew. And in the Hebrew, murder is where you murder without cause. You understand? There are sometimes what they would call justified killings. Okay? If you're, say for instance, you can legally carry a gun, you walking down the street, and for some odd reason, some big, hairy back white man approaches you to rob you, rape you, kill you, whatever the hell he does, he attacks you in some type of way. You use your firearm to defend yourself. That is a justified killing, because you do have the right to defend your life. right? So, but just to plot some scheme over some money and you think he stole something and all of that, you just can't do that. You know what I mean? This is what it says in the Bible in Exodus 20 and 13. We could not, thou shalt not commit murder for hire. You understand? That's what it's talking about. The murder for hire plot that the brother did with on his nephew, he turned around and would have never been, and it never happened had he turned around and been in the truth, like what we are supposed to be. All right. And then, oh, I forgot old Granger. Hold on, let me get old Brittany Griner. 1 second. Okay. All right. And this is in Ezekiel 23 and verse 3. It says, and they committed whoredoms in Egypt. They committed whoredoms in their youth. There were their breasts pressed, and there they bruised the teats of their virginity. I know that a lot of people is lost. Like, what in the hell is Cap reading? What is he talking about? This is talking about lesbianism. Okay, the Bible says that they committed whoredoms in Egypt, right? When we were in Egypt, we committed whoredoms. Same way, like we're here in captivity in America. We done committed a lot of whoredoms here. You understand? As far as whoring on our God, where we turned around and chose another God over him. And then whoring, period. You understand? Where you giving your body up or you receiving somebody's body. You understand? In a way in which you should not. Now, sex is marriage. You have sex, you got to stay together forever. That's what the Bible says. All right? But it says, in their youth, there were their breasts pressed, and there they bruised the teats of their virginity. The teats is talking about their nipples. And a breast was pressed because he's got a woman laying on top of another woman. That's what that's talking about. Okay? And that's not supposed to be. That's not supposed to happen. No woman is supposed to be laying on top of another woman. It's only supposed to be a man and a woman. It can't be a married woman. It can't be a woman that it can't be a woman and a woman. It can't be a man and a man. You understand? Like I said, if there is a unlawful way to have sex in the Bible, then there is a lawful way. So there is a lawful way that, guess what? Nobody will have a thing to say about you. You could love who you love all you want and do your thing. If you did it the right way. You know, I get a lot of people when we get on this subject, they ask me, why are you so concerned with what somebody else do in their bed? Well, the thing is like I said, if you had been straight, I wouldn't have nothing to say. If the other nations of people was gay, I would have nothing to say. You would never hear my mouth. You understand? If my people were straight all day, every day, you would not hear my mouth. But since you're not, guess what? I got to deal with you. And I'm going to tell you the truth, that our people are not supposed to be homosexuals and lesbians. I'm going to get a couple more scriptures. All right, this is Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. That's how it's supposed to be, right there, what God said. Homosexuals and lesbians get put to death. That's what should happen to you. But see, this place protects you. Why? Because they just as nasty as could be. They're just as nasty as could be, sitting here munching, what they call it, carpet munchers. You munching on another woman's carpet? Stop it. You know, that's not supposed to happen. And I don't know what the hell two men doing. Oh my God. That just sounds disgusting. But the woman is disgusting as well. But two men for sure. And the Lord said you're supposed to get put to death. You understand? You are supposed to get your brains blowed out with stones, guns, whatever the hell we got, rocket launchers, missiles. You understand? Put your head up under a 18-wheeler tire and let all 18 roll over your head and crush it. That's what's supposed to happen, man, to a homosexual or a lesbian. You gotta realize this. You gotta stop being gay. You gotta stop, murdering your own people. Okay? We gotta stop these things. And the only solution to the problem is going to be found in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. This is the only place. This is the only place that actually knows true brotherhood, right? In here, we ain't gay, we ain't lesbian, we ain't drug addicts, we don't sell drugs, we don't celebrate Christmas, we don't murder for hire, we don't, gang bang, we don't, none of that. You understand? We're not criminals and we're not sinners. And I actually love not being one. I actually love it. You should try it. Maybe you'll feel better about yourself. We don't eat pork and shrimp and crab and lobster and catfish and shellfish. You understand? All of that. We don't do that. We don't eat abominations. We don't do no abominable thing. Okay? So, like I said, it is what it is. Now, if you want to turn around and change your life, then you come and you get up under Commander Junior Hana as well, and you learn to serve the Most High by keeping all of His laws, statutes, and commandments. Not going to church. What are you going to church for? You don't even know why in the hell you going to church. You've been going since you was a kid, putting them $2 in the damn bucket, and you still don't even know why you there as an adult. You don't know why you there as an adult. You don't know why you was there as a kid. You don't know why you putting them $2 in. Well, you know why that money going in that bucket. The pastor got to have a fly whip. He got to have some jewelry on. He got to turn around and have him a nice car. I remember, what's his name? Benny Hinn. Oh my God, that dude is so disgusting. He turned around and the people was complaining about how he lives in a big mansion worth about 20 mil. He making all this money, living lavishly, eating deliciously. You understand? Dressing, well, he don't dress like much, wearing old country suit, but according to, this world, he dressed nice because the suit is expensive and tight and small and shoes is pointy. He turned around and told the people, he said, okay. Since everyone has a problem with me living in my $20 million mansion, I'll downsize and get a $12 million mansion. I said, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Still a whole spit and slap right in the goddamn face. To where it's like, damn, y'all, I'm still going to do me. And I highly doubt that preacher is going to downsize anything. You understand? I doubt it, So like I said, but we got the scriptures about you not killed. Let me get the one on the smoke real quick. Because a lot of our people still believe that you can smoke because weed grow in the ground, it come from God and all this other foolishness. When the Lord said what the marijuana is for, what the plant is for. And guess what? I'm telling you, a cigarello, no. Swisher Sweet, no. A Philly blunt, no. A bong, no. Zigzags, no. You understand? It's not supposed to be smoked by us at all. In a vape, no. We are not supposed to do any type of drug. And I feel good not doing them. I feel damn good. I look at my people, my brothers and my sisters, man, they get high. Y'all looking bad, man. Y'all looking bad. And I'm talking about weed and crack. And next, the fentanyl just gonna kill you. You know? So let me get this scripture real quick. All right, this is Ezekiel 8 and verse 17. It says, Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put the branch to their nose. What that's talking about is that's talking about when you sit here and you smoking, you puff, and you pass. The branch, because they used to call them trees. I don't know if they still do, but they got other names like gas and perp and whatever else the hell they, now fentanyl just kill you. You understand? That's what it's mixed with. So I don't know what the hell version they gonna call that, but they mixing the weed with the fentanyl, and it's going to kill you. It's going to stop your heart, and you're going to die on the spot. Okay? So when you take that and you puff it and try to hit it, the smoke going right there, right up your nose. That's what it's talking about our people smoking. And they not supposed to be smoking anything. All right? And let me pull this scripture, and then we'll get out of here. All right, this is Ezekiel. Hold on one second. Or do I want to? I'll get to one of the Ecclesiastes. Okay, I'm going to read two of them. It says, Ecclesiasticus 38 and 4, it says, The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So it didn't say he made weed to be smoked, because it's not. You understand? Does it have its medicinal purposes? Yes. I would believe that, yes, medicinally, it could possibly heal you from something. But our people, in most cases, just want to smoke and get high. You know? And you're such a child in some cases. You're such a drug addict, simply just in some cases. You know, you've been traumatized as a child and you can't get over it, so you just decide on being a junkie for the rest of your life. And that's not a good thing. All right? But this is Ezekiel 47 and 12. It says, And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side shall grow all trees for meat. Now, when it says for meat, this is talking about it's having its purposes, not actually like a damn vegan burger, a meatless burger. You understand? It ain't what it's talking about. Okay? It can be ingested. You understand? But not in the way that you do it. Talking about the kush is my cologne. That's disgusting. And it stinks. All right? It says, Whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary. And just think about it, the water where you see the trees and they grow the tallest because the water's right there. And when the wind hit and when the water start moving and wash up on the shore, it get a good gush of water. You understand? And those trees you see get taller than the others. All right? And then it says, And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine. Okay, so you could turn around and use the marijuana plant for medicine, but guess what? You do the research on this. The white man hasn't done a lot of research on it. He's researching it now, and he turned around and told everybody to get high, but we've been pulling out the articles every week they drop saying, you know what? The white man has said, don't get high because you're going to get hooked and you're going to kill your lungs and you're going to turn around and do all manner of things to yourself because you're not supposed to be smoking. The white man said it's not even safe to smoke recreational weed when he turned around and pushed smoking recreational weed on everybody. But now he's saying it's unsafe. Good night. You understand? And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the radio show. Thanks for everybody tuning in, man. We appreciate you here at Sharpen the Sword Radio and at ISUPK. You understand? Hit them cash apps, man. Go to Cash App, ISUPK, STLOUIS, St. Louis, man, and hit that with the cash sign in the front of it. And donate to the school, man, to help us do the work of the Lord. You understand? And with that, Shalom, Israel.